guys, and welcome to Bomb Anime. It's your girl,
Ruka.
and Big Boy Simon here, bringing you a second episode of Paranoia Agent. Oh my gosh, this anime is amazing. You know what? Let's get right into it.
This anime is titled perfectly because I am starting to become so paranoid. I don't believe anything about anyone or anything. I don't even believe my own eyes.
Swear down. What's real and what's not? What's true? What's fake?
We're introduced to Ichi, and he takes up a large part of this episode. And just like Tsukiko, I have very mixed feelings about this boy. He's good at everything. He's really full of himself. He practices poses in the mirror, and he hears applause in his own head. But what struck me immediately was as soon as he realized someone was suspecting him of being shonen bat, his inner voice changed, like it switched, and I thought that was immediately creepy.
Well, for me, Ichi, he's a flawed character, and the one thing I do love about this anime is that no one is black and white here. We're given a lot of aspects of the characters. I mean, like, look at Kawazu. He is an awful, despicable human being who's actually good at his job in investigating. Look at Tsukiko. She's supposed to be a meek, quiet sort of girl, but like I think she's tapped. She's talking to an imaginary doll thing that she can't let go, slightly obsessive, doesn't even know what's going on half the time, and can't really be of any use in terms of communicating. So when we were given Ichi, I have to admit, I was like, okay, this guy is, confident, borderline arrogant.
Borderline?
At first. Obviously, like, he's totally arrogant. He's mad. He's well into the deep end there. But when we're giving him at first, I was like, okay, he's a go-getter, high achiever. His aim is to be the best of the best of the best. He's going forward and forward and forward. But he hit a little stumbling block and tried to deal with it in his way, and his calculated sort of, I'm a mastermind, no one's gonna beat me in this situation sort of way, and it keeps backfiring. And then he keeps blaming someone else, which goes back to episode 1. Remember when we heard all of those emails and conversations where everyone was like, it's not my fault, it's not my fault, it's not my fault. To him, it's not his fault, it's Yushi's fault.
I would slow your roll on that one just a little bit, and that is based on age.
Go ahead.
This is also a reason why I had such mixed feelings about Ichi, because his story seemed so sad. He is a high achiever. He said he's good at everything. He's there practicing poses in the mirror. He thinks he's awesome. He hears applause in his own head. And he's definitely way over the line when it comes to arrogance, for sure. However, I found it very strange that there wasn't even one person that was like, I don't think Ichi would do that.
Yeah. Not
one person. And as you saw his deterioration into hallucinations,
I don't know. I don't know what it was.
It seemed like we had more hallucinations here, because every time he saw people talking behind his back, he saw their faces distort. However, when people are talking about you, it can feel like that. So it might not be hallucinations at all. However, what I found very strange was the fact that not one person stood up for him. And even when Ushi came and said, Ichi is being bullied, if this carries on, he's going to be completely ostracized, the teachers did nothing. We saw his posters getting vandalized, and we could tell that the vandalization, can you say? Is that word?
No, it's not.
The vandalization of his poster happened over a period of days. Why did no teacher remove that poster? I don't understand. It was on the school grounds. Everyone knows what is happening to this boy, and no one is saying anything. No one is helping, and no one is standing up for him. Yes, I know that his inner self is, he seems like he could possibly be a bit sociopathic. However, no one knows that. As far as anyone else is concerned, he's this high achiever, and I got this great sense that he is a high achiever because he has no friends, not one person. He has adoration, and that's probably why he grasps onto that so strongly, he has no friends. He has no one that really cares about him. We haven't seen him walking around with anyone. Throughout the episodes, we've only seen 2. But throughout the episodes, we've seen groups of children who we can tell that they hang around together over and over because we've seen them in their groups multiple times. We have not seen Ichi with anyone.
Yeah, and that's...
apart from when he's at events and people are like, wow, Ichi! Yay!
Yeah, and that's another thing for me as well. Like, you mentioned friends. That's kind of what blindsided him. If he had friends, someone would have been like, yo, Ichi, my guy, you're looking like shonen back though still. But no one did that. It kind of hit him like he just got attacked by shonen back. It was mad. Because, like, if you have friends, they'll tell you about yourself and they'll make sure that, yeah, oh my god, do you know that everyone's thinking that you're dead? And then they'll be there to sort of defend you in the voices of people, like, against the voices against you. However, there's no one to defend him. And yet the only help he has, which are teachers and adults and whatever, he's not taking the help.
Well, what help? The only person who mentioned doing anything was his tutor.
Harumi?
She said she would go speak to one of his teachers or something, and he said no because he thought it might get worse. Now, we know as people that have all been to school, we all know that if someone's getting bullied, they often don't want to go to tell the teacher because it can get worse. I've seen bullying get worse after someone went to the teacher and no one did anything for that person. And it's horrible to watch.
Yeah, I mean, like, people go, so you're a snitch, bruv. Alright, cool. Can't do nothing to you in school, but I'll catch you outside.
No, they'll continue to do it at school. I've seen it continue on. If a teacher doesn't do anything, that is like the teacher giving the bully a pass and saying, we're not going to do anything about your behaviour. There are no consequences. And we all know how people, anyone of any age, act when there are no consequences.
It brings out the worst in you.
I mean, people act terrible when there are consequences, let alone when there's none.
Let's all remember as well, he is a little kid.
Exactly.
He's a smart kid, but he ain't like an adult. He's not a smart adult. He's a smart kid. So, yes, he's got political calculations, and he's got calculations and actions and whatever, and he understands that certain actions breed the reaction or consequences that he wants. He's just not informed enough to make the correct decision in this situation because he's not lived through the experiences that will help him in the situation. And rather than taking the help by those who have gone through experience, the adults, he hasn't.
I'm just going to say bun that because you keep talking about all these adults around, but not one of these adults are doing anything. And I think that the adults involved are displaying a pathetic side of them. No teacher has stepped up. Everyone knows he's being bullied at this point because
Uchiyama
literally told their homeroom teacher or their told her and showed the picture that everyone got. She knew everyone got the message, so that means that someone took a picture of him and spread it to everyone to turn everyone against him. That teacher literally did nothing. She just looked at the class like, exactly, cricket. She did nothing.
Do you know what's worse?
He told another person, which was the homeroom, the tutor, and yes, he told her not to say anything. But he's the child. Yeah. She's the adult. So it's not their choice, unfortunately. Like, it's not their choice. You're the adult. You're supposed to make the correct choices. And going off of that, not only the children were gossiping, because one of the children was saying, oh, my mom said. Yeah. So adults are talking about the fact that he might be shonen back, and no one's gone to the police. Yes, the detectives eventually made their way around him, but that was because so much other things were going around. We already saw I think we had seen the vandalized poster by that point.
Yep.
Someone drawing a bat, like I think it was just a bat at that time. Mm-hmm. Come on, man. Everyone needs to do better. This makes me feel like this whole place, everyone, keep secrets. Nobody's telling you what is going on.
Well, in terms of Ichi, I have to admit that he is a one-man island here, and it's unfortunate, but it's very indicative of what happens in social media. let's equate him to a celebrity, because in his school he kind of is.
Yeah.
And then there's the downfall of celebrity due to rumors. Like, for example, if
cancel culture.
Yeah, there's cancel culture. There's the Me Too movement as well. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that the Me Too movement is wrong or nothing. What I'm saying is, if you make that accusation and it's wrong, your life is ruined anyways. People can't look at you same anyways. Because whether it's right or wrong, someone's already said it, and then they go, well, if there's smoke, there's fire.
And we've got this inner circle here, because you've got people blaming Ichi for being shonen bat, and then you've got Ichi blaming Ushi for spreading the rumor, and it's just spiraling out of control. Now he hates the guy.
He's the only one who has actually been his friend in this whole time.
He doesn't like that he's fat. He doesn't like that he's sweaty. He doesn't like anything about this boy. And I think that it's jealousy based in the fact that he has to work so hard to maintain his position, whereas Ushi is just himself and he has the same position really, except he actually seems to have more friends, like real, genuine friends, whereas Ichi just has the praise.
Yeah, it's sad how like the politics works on little kids. We can't be doing these to the kids, man. The rumors started, kids are not getting protected by the adults, a mob culture's occurred in the school, nothing's happened, and yet the one thing that's really gotten on my nerves is that there's no investigation into who the hell took the picture of Ichi roughing up Yushi.
They're not taking anything seriously.
Nothing's been taken seriously, and it's just really bad. The anime does something that I really like, especially when they introduced Ichi to us. They showed us his golden skates, then they showed us his golden bat, then they showed us a little darkness in his inner voice. They showed us subtly how it could be him, and breeding that paranoia in the audience of your anime while calling yourself Paranoia Agent, while talking about a complex situation. You know what? I'm all here for it.
Right before the incidents happen, we're seeing them all have this kind of loss of control. We're seeing them spiral right before the incident happens, and we're seeing what seems to be a lot of hallucinations between the people who are actually getting hit or whatever, apart from Kawazu.
Yeah.
And I'm still on the fence about whether he actually got hit at all, or whether he was just saying that it happened so that he could have more of a juicy story for his article.
He's the only character that has not been seen in the hospital.
Exactly. So we saw Tsukiko lose complete control and composure of herself.
Yep.
Right before she got hit. And then we saw the same thing with Ichi, although he didn't get hit. He was spiraling out of control, thinking about how much he hated Ushi, how much he wanted Shonen Bat to hit him. Then Shonen Bat just randomly appears.
Yeah, what a coincidence.
Then he tries to chase him down. Shonen Bat turns around and it's Ichi. And then Shonen Bat disappeared.
See, that's the one thing I like about this anime. Like, you're not sure, you've seen it, but you're still not sure what the hell's going on.
Back again to Tsukiko. When the news article came up about poor Ushi in hospital, he looked in so bad shape. When she saw him, she was like, oh, I think I saw him a few years ago. And then Maramori, which is still obviously Tsukiko's mind, said, be quiet, don't bother thinking about that. It's all Shonen Bat's fault anyway, like, don't think about it too much. Now, it's not okay.
I'm sorry, you know at that bit when Maromi was talking to Tsukiko, and she said, it's all in your imagination. That cracked me up, you know what I'm saying? That really cracked me up.
Pretty funny. But why is she having so many connections to every victim? Like, what is going on?
She seems to be the center of this debacle. Who is Tsukiko? A question about Ichi though.
Yeah.
Why does he blame Ushi? It could be the fact that he would do the same thing if he was in that situation. But after everything that's happened, even after he stood up for you in the classroom, even after he came to sort of give you a little pep talk later, everything, why do you blame him still? My guy is doing nothing but nice to you, bro. I kind of want to talk about the old guy, the one that's, been hit by Mr. Kawazu and the writing in the parking lot. My guy, is he psychic, bro? Because everything you said has come to pass.
Like what?
Room 510, that's where Tsukiko was. Number 1, who is what Ichi calls himself. Everything he's written is sort of coming to pass.
It's weird as well because, again, that gives us even more connections. He's in the same hospital that Tsukiko stayed at and Uchi stayed at.
And Kawazu.
And
Apparently.
was also hit by Kawazu.
Yes. Also, you know at the end of the episodes,
Yeah.
he's the guy that's saying the poem.
Yeah, he is.
There was a slight bit in the anime where the older police officer was talking to the younger police officer, and he was making a comment about how disconnected the younger generation is, and how, you know, he doesn't understand why they're so disconnected. And the younger guy was like, well, I'm also part of the younger generation. He was like, yeah, you too. You're disconnected too. Was that a little comment on the boomers versus everybody else?
I have no idea, but I can tell you I don't like that detective not one bit. He cannot seem to keep himself professional at any point in his life. Like, I just don't understand why he's so unprofessional. To me, him and Kawazu belong with each other because he's just as creepy. He just has a better suit. He made a couple of gross comments about Tsukiko as well.
Yeah.
One last thing, we have to talk about poor Ichi's birthday party because
oh my days,
that has got to be the most heartbreaking part of this episode. The thing about him is, even though he has a very complicated character, he's constantly hopeful. Even if he's thinking it in quite a nasty way, like Uchi getting beat up by shonen bat, his thought was that he was going to catch him and he was going to be the hero, and then he gets to this birthday party and no one is there except for his mom. Where's his dad? And his tutor,
who he loves,
who he has a crush on.
But damn, that was sad. Watching that was sad. That's a Trump rally there.
Oh.
You're expecting certain millions of people, but they're all TikTokers, and then obviously no one comes.
So guys, let us know what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Say it.
Peace.